Good afternoon, everybody. Live from the third largest city in the United States, Chicago, Illinois. It's The Drive with Mario Smith. I feel like I'm crooked. There we go. Whoa. Here on Backchannel.tv. You're also probably watching us on YouTube and on your Amazon supported devices. My name's Mario. Thank you so much for being with us today. There's a lot to cover, as always. We're going to try to figure our Monday out. Mondays are different. Yes, I have on a hoodie. I am not feeling very well. I do not have COVID. I'm just not feeling well. So it'll be fine. I will push through. Because that's what we do. Let's go out to Portland, Oregon to my man, Jay Gliss. What's up, Gliss?
Whoa. Hey, what's up?
Hey, what happened?
I think my camera's broken.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
looks like it.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll change it around here in a few minutes and figure it out.
I couldn't get my camera to come on. Now yours is broken.
Yeah, it looks like I'm in the Matrix or something.
It does. I actually like that. I am sure that people in California are not happy at the moment. They'll be all right. Can you talk to me and not be on camera at the same time?
Yeah, and I'll I can fix it.
Okay.
I'll work on it. I'll switch over my settings onto my computer camera, which won't look at sharp, but at least
Yeah, you won't look like you're about to jump out and attack me.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with me. I'm stuffy.
Well, that's not good.
No.
I told you, man, I had a rough week last week.
Yeah. I think I need to go to the doctor again just to see if I might have allergies or something, because this is what I imagine it feels like. And I've managed all these years thanks to the invention of alcohol. Oh, there you are. That I have not really suffered from allergies, but this is what this feels like. I feel fine.
Yeah.
I did work yesterday, and I worked, and it was a long day. You know, if I think about it, I didn't really sleep well, but I feel fine. But I can hear it as I talk. It just sounds bad. But the camera works, and your camera works, so we can see each other. My eyes are all red. It's just, I haven't done anything to make any of those things like a fun thing. This is all just me, and I don't like it. So we got to push through.
Yeah, allergies are a thing. I don't really have issues, but it's definitely a big thing here in Oregon. A lot of people get them really bad. My wife gets them. Our youngest, he gets them pretty bad. So,
and also, the weather around here, it's been like monsoon, then hot, then cold. So it could be anything. It could be anything. How was your weekend?
Oh, it was interesting. It was interesting.
You even said it.
Yeah. It's just, so I said on Friday we found out, so there was an outbreak in my middle schooler's band class.
Yeah.
And so we kind of had a heads up on that when he went to school on Friday. The school district had called to ask permission to test at school. And then, of course, he went to school and tested positive. So we all got tested on Saturday. Everybody was negative except him. So the 13-year-old has literally been locked up in he shares the room with the older one. So the oldest had to move into more of a common space. And so, that's been a whole thing. And it's just like, it just made for an interesting weekend because, we literally barely saw the 13-year-old. My wife and I would go in there every once in a while, double masked, and we made him kind of like a snack box. So he has stuff to choose from. We have wipes outside of his door for when he needs to come out and use the bathroom, make sure he's wiping down everything and all that stuff. So
it's like he's in Australia or in Beijing or something. Like, you guys throw the food at him. Here you go, eat.
Yeah, I feel bad for him. I mean, to be honest, he's asymptomatic. He's vaccinated, and so that's the good thing. He hasn't been sick at all. He has zero symptoms.
That's good. That's very good.
Yeah, good reason to get vaccinated, right? And
yes.
And but yeah, so I don't think he's necessarily hating the fact that we're bringing him, you know, delivering snacks while he plays PlayStation for the entire weekend. So I think it's actually working out in his favor.
My man, that's what you do. If you're gonna go out, you go out with your parents. Like, yo, you want? Yes, I want all of it because I can't come outside.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's in for it though once he heals up.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah, because the 15-year-old, they split unloading the dishwasher, and so he's kind
Ooh.
of taking on double duty. So he's already kind of keeping tabs on on everything that the 13-year-old has missed out on to make sure that things even out a little bit.
Oh, I'm sure that I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. Hey, we got a bunch of folks. By the way, we're giving away we're giving away a $25. You shouldn't laugh. We're giving away a $25 gift card, an Amazon gift card that you can use on Amazon. $25. We'll be giving it away in the second hour of the show. It's a gift card that you can use on something you're already using. Amazon. And it's $25. Giving this thing away today. Skirt is here. Suave, Fish, Ava, John in North Carolina, Trinity in Louisiana, Vicky in California, Cody in Tennessee, Major Guinea Pig, salute. Spooky Bedbug. What's happening? Skirt says the camera glitch was pretty badass. Yeah, it was actually. He said he liked it. It's just I can't because I already feel like I need to go to bed, and I've been kind of laying around most of the day. But here we are. We have a fight to fight, and we shall fight it. And I'm glad that you all are here with us on the drive. You can join us starting at 6 a.m. Eastern with Haley and Allison's Good Morning. If you're up that early, which you should be, why not get up, early, start all that. At 8 a.m. Eastern, Live Every Day with Liv Harrison, except for Tuesdays and Thursdays, because that means it's Kate and Will. They start at 9 Eastern. You can get on up with Jam and Renee every day at 10 a.m. Eastern. And the Anthony Davis Show follows at noon, except for Wednesdays, when it's the Word of the Day quiz. And then at 2 p.m., it's your pal Hal with Hal Rudnick, who is making all kinds of moves in our fantasy baseball league. And then it's The Drive with us here at 4 p.m. And you're here on Backchannel.tv, the only place on your Echo device where you can watch and listen to live shows and chat with hosts in real time. This is The Drive. I'm Mario Smith, and you can catch us every Monday through Wednesday and Friday from 4 p.m. Eastern time. And you want to know, how do I get involved in the show? How can I be like Skirt and all those people? Well, this is what you do. See, you go, listen to me closely. You go, let's say you can see me, for example, on your Echo or your Fire TV, right? Yes, you can see me. So then you why am I acting like I can't read what it's telling me to say to people? You send us a chat. That's what you do. You can ask questions or chime in on whatever we're talking about. And it's usually all kinds of cool stuff. So when you do that, you just talk to your device and say, hey, Katrexa, and then get in the chat. If you are listening to us on an Echo speaker, you can't see me, so you can hear me. You go to backchannel.tv, BACKCHANNEL.tv. And then you can hit the chat button. You can also hit the subscribe button while you're there too. Once again, that's back, like my back channel, like a channel that you change on the TV.tv. And thank you to everybody who's a passenger on the drive this afternoon. Truly appreciate that. By the way, if you, CC and Nathan, hello. CC's in Wisconsin. By the way, if you want to catch up with me on Twitter, I'm at Mario and Hyde Park, all lowercase. Let's go to the headlines for this afternoon, Monday. Has been an interesting day. The Federal Reserve is poised this week to accelerate its most drastic steps in 3 decades to attack inflation by making it costlier to borrow for a car, a home, a business deal, a credit card purchase, all of which will compound Americans' financial strains and likely weaken the economy. Yet, with inflation having surged to a 40-year high, the Fed has come under extraordinary pressure to act aggressively to slow spending and curb the price spikes that are bedeviling households and companies. After its latest rate setting meeting ends Wednesday, the Fed will almost certainly announce that it's raising its benchmark short term interest rate by a half percentage point, the sharpest rate hike since the year 2000. The Fed will likely carry out another half point rate hike at its next meeting in June and possibly at the next one after that in July. Economists foresee still further rate hikes in the months to follow. Also, today in headline, My Pillow CEO Mike Lindell was banned from Twitter for a second time after attempting to use to access the social media platform. Lindell set up a new account Sunday on Twitter under @MikeJLindell. The account was quickly suspended. Twitter said Monday that Lindell's new account was permanently suspended for violating its rules on ban evasion. Lindell's original Twitter account was permanently banned in January 2021 after Lindell continued to perpetuate the baseless claim that Donald Trump won the 2020 U.S. election. At the time, Twitter said that it had decided to ban Lindell due to repeated violations of its civic integrity policy. Lindell, a Trump supporter, has continued to insist that the presidential election was rigged even after U.S. President Joe Biden's administration had begun. And those are the headlines at the top of the hour. When we come back, we will present you news from around the world and whatever. And I'll try to catch my breath because I feel like I'm out of breath. Ava's here, by the way. Hello, Ava, who laughed at me because I struggled through that read. And Cody's in Tennessee. Two Codys? Same Cody. All right, cool. We'll talk more about how you're going to get that gift card today, too. It's The Drive with Mario Smith here on Backchannel.tv. We'll be back right after these words. Stay tuned. Peace, everybody. Welcome back. You know how I'm always complaining about how it's hot in here? I am freezing. Don't like this. I don't like this at all. It's not going to stop me from doing my job. I'm here for you every day. And if, worst comes to worst, I have the Mario hologram prepared. I'm getting a cardboard cutout gliss, and I'm just going to sit it in this chair, and I'll talk off camera into it, and it'll come out through this microphone. I have no such apparatus in case I'm not here. I don't know what I would do. I'd figure out something. So folks who are watching, John and Peter and No Name and Cody and CC and Nathan and Swawfish and everybody, Ava, Snuggly Skunk, welcome. We're giving away a gift card in the second hour of the show. We'll talk about how we're giving it away soon. Stay tuned. It's not like it's a big secret, but just stay tuned. Definitely got you. We talked a few weeks back, about a month ago, about how Spirit Airlines, the absolute worst airline in the history of airlines, was being taken over by Frontier Airlines, also a very questionable airline. JetBlue stepped in and said, "Yo, we want to be part of this deal. How about that? Can we be down? How can we be down?" And as it turns out, Spirit said, "No, JetBlue, your money's a little bit too money-ish. We want Frontier." So they killed the deal. Now, my question is, and I said it was a month ago, it was probably like 2 weeks ago. My question is, why would they kill the deal? Wouldn't it be to their advantage to allow JetBlue to make that airline legit? I mean, who's it hurting? I couldn't pull it up on my computer here, but I've got it on my phone. Spirit Airlines board unanimously rejected JetBlue Airways unsolicited $3.6 billion takeover bid. They offered these people $3.6 billion and they were like, no. They rejected the bid over concerns it wouldn't be consummated, saying it would instead stick with a lower offer from Frontier Group Holdings. The JetBlue proposal involves an unacceptable level of closing risk, Spirit Chairman Mac Gardner said. Oh, God. Mac Gardner said, if you could see it, Gardner and said are jammed together. Gardner said in a letter to JetBlue released today, Spirit continues to believe in the strategic rationale of the proposed merger with Frontier and is confident that it represents the best opportunity to maximize long-term shareholder value. The decision keeps Spirit and Frontier on a path to create the nation's largest deep discounter carriers that charge fees for everything beyond a low bare bones ticket at a time of rebounding domestic leisure travel. Spirit had accepted Frontier's $2.9 billion cash and stock offer earlier this year before JetBlue stepped in last month with a bid that raised questions over possible antitrust pushback. Look, they could get an offer for all the kryptonite in the world from Lex Luthor. I still wouldn't fly that airline. No. It's out. So our poll question for you guys, I've asked it before. I'll ask it again. Hello, Eddie. Hello, Peter in Virginia. Would you fly Spirit Airlines? Now, remember, you could fly from Chicago to Miami for like $1, but you pay to sit down. You pay to stand up. You pay to put the seatbelt on. You pay to drink some water. You pay to get a bag of peanuts. You pay to go to the bathroom if you go. You pay to look out the window. You pay for everything. Would you fly Spirit Airlines? Hit us at backchannel.tv. If you're watching on YouTube, you can absolutely leave a comment in the live chat that is contained there. If you're listening to us on an Echo device, go to backchannel.tv and hit the chat button. And while you're there, hit the subscribe button too. Would you fly on Spirit Airlines? I would be stunned if people say yes. Bliss, I ask you again, would you fly on Spirit Airlines?
Nope. It's a scam.
all day.
Not only does it feel cheap and unsafe, but it's you think you're getting cheap, but like you just pointed out, I mean, you even have to pay for water on Spirit.
Everything.
Yeah, they have to charge you for everything.
Don't have a bag, and don't let it be a heavy bag. They charge you the weight and the bag. No. There's like one circumstance that would allow me to fly on Spirit, and that is if I have eaten a whole Thanksgiving meal, drank a gallon of water, and went to the bathroom before I got on the plane, and I'm not carrying any clothes. I'm buying them when I get to wherever I'm going. Then I'm going to destroy them before I get back on Spirit Airlines, or I'm going to take another airline back home.
Yeah,
or
it's just
your private jet that you have that apparently I
yeah, need to work on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. That's the thing. It's not what it seems to be. It comes off as this. Well, they kind of advertise it as kind of a budget airline, but in reality, you have to pay for anything extra that you want on the plane. So it's not as cheap as it seems, but it's still, but it feels cheap in the sense of like I don't feel safe here. So that's the problem between those two things. Like they don't really, doesn't balance out.
It would make it. It gives me if somebody's offering you $3.5 billion You are looking at a $2.9 billion. I guess what's a couple of $1 billion, or what's a yeah. But and it's JetBlue.
Yeah,
JetBlue is a rep. What do they just don't want to be good? They're
I
like,
know.
yo, we have no desire
I
to
was
be
gonna
right.
say JetBlue is kind of at the other end of the spectrum. They're,
Yeah, very
you
much
know,
so. Very,
respected, established airline.
very much so. Um, I, seems like to me, uh, I'm inclined to go with that JetBlue offer because I'm using the power of a better. First of all, it's just better PR because
Yeah.
then all those planes can become JetBlue planes, and this madness stops with Spirit. But they're like, nah, we'll take the. It's like if McDonald's, uh, if it's okay. Here's the example. I hope I don't get sued. But imagine Wingstop getting like an offer from the worst chicken place in America, and then Kentucky Fried Chicken, the bouquet side comes along, and they're like, "We'll buy you," and they go, "No, Kentucky Fried Chicken, we don't need your help. We want to go with this mom and pop one fryer chicken place to save us." It doesn't make any sense.
No.
And again, Wingstop is the White Castle of chicken. I mean, my stomach is still acting like, yo, dude, don't you ever do that to me again. What would you say if I said to you, oh, by the way, Carol is here, Choice Peacock, Spicy Gopher. Carol's in Arkansas. If I said your name wrong, I apologize. What would you, if I said to you, hey, I think I know how we can stop climate change, Gliss. We just have to suck the carbon uh, emissions out of the sky, like vacuum them out. That sounds crazy, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sounds a little weird.
Well, some of the biggest companies in the world, including Facebook and Google, are planning to spend almost $1 billion. Hey, that's less than what they want for that stupid airline on new climate change strategy. It's not renewable energy or planting trees, it's pulling carbon dioxide emissions right out of the air. The world has moved so slowly over the last 40 years to rein in greenhouse gases that scientists are now finding that cutting the use of fossil fuels alone may not be enough to stave off the worst effects of climate change. The world is on track for increasingly destructive heat waves, floods, and storms. The heat wave part is happening in India. People can't even go outside. It is so hot, G. That means heat trapping gases may also need to be pulled out of the atmosphere. It's known as carbon dioxide removal. In the latest international climate assessment, scientists found that using it will be unavoidable if countries are going to meet their pledges to keep average global temperatures from rising to ever harmful levels. Much of the technology to soak up carbon is still in its infancy. Some techniques can have significant impacts on the land. Some climate activists argue it's a risky distraction and that would give the fossil fuel industry a free pass to keep operating. Still, scientists running the numbers say the world has reached a point where every possible strategy is needed. Global emissions are still going in the wrong direction. In 2021, they reached the highest level ever. So, how are we going to do this, Mario? You're asking me, and I don't know, but that's why I'm reading this story so I can tell you. In essence, and this is a NASA scientist talking, not me, but Catherine Calvin, NASA's chief scientist and senior climate advisor and author of the report. She says if you want to stop the water level from going up, you either need to turn off the faucet or scoop out as much water as you put in. The same is true of climate. If you want to stop temperatures from rising, you either need to stop carbon dioxide from going into the system or scoop out as much as you put in. In essence, carbon dioxide removal is like scooping water out of the bathtub. It makes up for the emissions that still could be going into the atmosphere and potentially even more than that, removing emissions that have already been produced. So, simply put, the idea is to absorb carbon dioxide emissions that have already accumulated in the atmosphere. Then, those emissions would be locked away in some kind of permanent storage. See, this is where we turn into Soylent Green. Anybody ever seen Soylent Green with Charlton Heston? Yeah, I'm old. Be cool. Uh, generally in underground geologic formations so they don't escape to create more warming down the road. But despite carbon dioxide's power to heat the planet, it's very diffuse, making up less than 1% of the atmosphere. That makes it tricky to capture from the air in large quantities. Nature is the most powerful carbon sponge around us. Plants take up carbon dioxide through the process of photosynthesis, locking it away in their tissues, making the world's forests, grasslands, soils, and wetlands huge reservoirs of carbon. Building up these natural reserves could help slow warming, whether through planting forests, restoring wetlands or mangroves, or encouraging agricultural practices that store carbon in the soil. This method is by far the cheapest so far. However, those ecosystems must be protected from development. If the plants and ecosystem are lost, the carbon escapes back into the atmosphere. So why are we destroying why are we destroying the forests? Why do we keep doing this to ourselves? It's not like I mean, we control, this is the thing. And if you folks are listening and you agree with me, just hit me and let me know. We control the narrative when it comes to climate change, yet no one believes that because we keep acting like, well, I won't be alive in 50 years, so it won't matter if it's, I screw the planet up. That is a terrible way of looking at this. It's not like you don't have family, friends, even your stupid enemies that you have. They may live past you. What about the people who are after you? That's not that there's a chance for regular people to do little things to create the change we're looking for. But it doesn't seem like people are interested. Am I wrong, Gliss? It doesn't seem like folks are really giving a hoot about doing this and making this right. And I don't get it, man.
Unfortunately,
I don't get it. Is there money in? Yes, there is, Mario. I'd almost ask myself the dumbest question I've ever asked.
I was going to say there's money behind everything, isn't there?
Yeah, it is. That was dumb. Every now and then I ask. Okay, more than every now and then, I heard some of you. I ask very dumb questions, but I just I don't see how we don't aggressively want to make sure that we don't have a 150-degree day in Las Vegas, for example, or a minus 56-degree day here in Chicago,
or a 117 day in right here, right outside, which is hotter than the hottest day that we've had that Vegas has ever had. I mean, that's insane. 117 degrees in the Northwest is a bad sign.
That is a terrible sign. So I don't know, man. Maybe we have to start giving away more Amazon gift cards to get people to buy plants. But this is crazy. It's 97 in Arizona today. It's been 97 in Arizona like every day for the last week. It's May. Well, it was April for the most part. Come on, y'all. Help me. Somebody, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe everything's going to be fine. I don't see it, though. This is, it's crunch time. It's the fourth quarter for you sports enthusiasts. May marks Asian Pacific American Heritage Month. Shout out to the APA folk out there watching our show. Asian Pacific American Heritage Month celebrates the histories of Americans hailing from across the Asian continent and from the Pacific islands of Melanesia, Micronesia, and Polynesia. I actually had a student who was born in Micronesia, and I laughed when he told me that because he was the whitest white man in the history of white people. And I'm like, dude, you're born in Micronesia. So he's Micronesian. This year's theme, selected by the Federal Asian Pacific American Council, is Advancing Leaders Through Collaboration, which builds on a leadership advancement theme series that began last year. Cynthia Choi, co-executive director of Chinese for Affirmative Action and co-founder of Stop AAPI Hate, says the month is a time to speak out, share stories, and debunk myths about Asian communities, she said. But it's not the only time to celebrate Asian culture or diversity. Quote, our history is also filled with incredible stories of resilience, of persistence, of determination to fight for our basic rights, Choi told NPR, where this story came from. This is a celebration of our history, of our culture, and all the different ways in which our community has really demonstrated that we're not only here to stay, we are a part of this fabric, a part of this country. Like Black History Month, before it was a month, it was a week. The month was a brainchild of Jeannie Ju, a former Capitol Hill staffer who shared the idea with Representative Frank Horton, who introduced the legislation that formed it. Ju's great-grandfather, M.Y. Lee, left China for the United States in the 1800s before he helped build the Transcontinental Railroad, according to Time magazine. Lee became a prominent businessman in California and later traveled to Oregon. He was killed during a period of unrest and anti-Asian sentiment. Mrs. Ju turned a personal tragedy in her family history into a positive force, Horton later told Congress in 1992. In 1977, Horton introduced a resolution that would establish Pacific Asian American Heritage Week. Senator Daniel Inouye, oh man, I always mess his name up, introduced similar legislation to the Senate. In the following year, Horton, with co-sponsor Representative Norman Mineta, introduced another related resolution that passed. President Jimmy Carter signed it in October of 1978. The resolution authorized and requested the president to proclaim the 7-day period beginning May 4th, 1979, as Asian Pacific American Heritage Week. It also called on Americans and especially educators to observe the week with appropriate ceremonies and activities. The legislation to annually designate May as Asian Pacific American Heritage Month referenced two key dates, May 7th and May 10th. May 7th, 1843 marks the arrival of the first Japanese immigrants to the United States, and May 10th, 1869, or Golden Spike Day, recognizes the completion of the first transcontinental railroad in the U.S., which had significant contributions from Chinese workers. To all the AAPI people who are watching or who work at Backchannel or wherever, man, happy Asian Pacific American Heritage Month to you. Enjoy your month. Educate me because I don't know everything and I'd like to learn things. So I'm with that. How about that? Good stuff there. See, all these stories aren't bad. they all aren't about melting down. We do good stuff too. Let me just remind you again, you guys, that this is The Drive with me, Mario Smith, here on Backchannel, and we're here every week, Monday through Wednesday and Friday from 4 p.m. Eastern time. Please send us a chat. You can see my face and you're watching on an Echo Show or Fire TV. The magic word is say Hakeksha and get in the chat and come and join us. Now, if you're listening on an Echo speaker, you can go to backchannel.tv, BACKCHNNEL.tv, and get in the chat and subscribe. Gliss, I thought that this had stopped years ago, and I was stunned to see that greyhound racing is now finally coming to an end here in the U.S. I thought that this had been over with.
Yeah, that's good.
And actually, this is great news. Majesty and watching animals run, but greyhound racing has always been odd. And the whole deal with chasing the rabbit and all that, that's just weird. And it reminds me, quite frankly, of how many cartoons I watched in my life because Bugs Bunny was deriding the sport of greyhound racing back in like the 40s and 50s. So this is crazy. I've never been to a greyhound race.
And it's terrible for the animals too.
It's horrible for them.
In fact, we have some good friends here. We've been friends for like 20 plus years, and actually they own a really cool 80s bar arcade type thing. But they've always had what's that?
I'm on my way.
Yeah, no, it's a really good time. But they always have greyhounds that are rescue dogs that come from racing backgrounds. Like that's the only dogs that they ever own. Are rescue greyhounds, and they're sweet dogs, but yeah, it's
Yeah,
not.
they're cool
I think it's
dogs.
bad
My
for their
friend is
hearts, bad for their backs, and
yeah.
it does a lot of damage to them. So that's good news.
I have a friend that owns a greyhound, and it's a beautiful dog.
Oh
Those
yeah,
dogs are cool,
yeah,
super
they're very
loyal.
cool. Yeah.
The whole I love them, but I want to give full time to this next story, but I'll just say this: I truly thought that it was already over, but it appears now that the sport of greyhound racing is, oh my God, is finally and mercifully coming to an end. And I'm going to try to turn the sound off, Gliss. Hold on. Watch this. Can he do it? Is the question. Because now I can't find how to turn the sound off. It's coming. Oh no! Oh, here we go. There we go. That was close. Have any of you guys ever heard of this the notion that birds aren't real? It's satire, but have you ever heard it? Because some people think that they think. I'll explain. It spread to billboards, bumper stickers, and popped up at halftime during the NCAA Men's Basketball National Championship game. More than 1 million people have become followers of Birds Aren't Real, a movement that claims the birds you think you see flying in the sky are actually government surveillance drones. Thankfully, it's all pure satire. The conspiracy theory is intended to mirror some of the absurdity that's taken flight across the country. I first heard about this on Howard Stern, actually. I'm like, birds aren't real. And because the country is so goofy, I'm pretty sure that there are people who really do believe that birds aren't real. If you're one of those people, I really want you to go outside and just stand there for a minute and get some air on you. Because there's something wrong with you if you think birds aren't real. Hello, Trisha and typical, I almost said typical Cobra and everyone. Thank you, Sindhu. Hello. So back to Birds Aren't Real. This was on 60 Minutes. As you may have been able to tell by that clock that was ticking, the stopwatch a few minutes ago. Peter McIndoe, the 24-year-old college dropout behind Birds Aren't Real, is fortunately nothing like the megaphone carrying, cowboy hat wearing character he portrays. He says, so it's taking this concept of misinformation and almost building a little safe space to come together within it and laugh at it rather than be scared by it, McIndoe said, and accept the lunacy of all of it and be a bird truther for a moment in time when everything is so crazy. The vision was creating something that reflected the absurdity through the eyes of the most confused archetype, McIndoe said. McIndoe's been rebelling since his days growing up in a small town in Arkansas. He said it was a hyper-conservative fundamentalist community where conspiracy theories were embedded in the community. He said, I spent most of my time in those communities arguing with people. There was homecoming and I got voted most likely to go to jail. Damn, not even joking. Most likely to go to jail, Peter McIndoe. McIndoe stayed out of jail and enrolled at the University of Arkansas with no intention to hatch Birds Aren't Real. The idea was an accident. A day after President Trump's inauguration in 2017, McIndoe was hanging out with friends in Memphis on the roof of a building when they heard demonstrators in the streets below. I remember thinking it would be very interesting if someone was in this situation with a sign that had nothing to do with anything that's going on here. And so how did you get into how did he get into Birds Aren't Real as the thing that's on the sign? McIndoe says, I don't even know. It was just the most absurd thing I could think of. So here I'm as we've got some minutes to talk about this. How many people do you think, Gliss, think Birds Aren't Real is real? And here's the metric we're using. We just came out of a whole situation for 4 years with a person that proclaimed everything was fake and had not a large number of people, a loud amount of people who agreed with him. So if you hear Birds Aren't Real, how many people do you think, percentage-wise, think birds aren't real?
I mean, it's got to be bigger than you would think logically.
I would
because
dare say it's big enough for them to have to put it on 60 Minutes
right.
because people are walking around here going, look at them drones. They're going to KFC to get a bouquet. All those people. Those are people I'm talking about.
Yep.
That
Yeah.
has to
No,
be
I
like
think it's probably would be a surprising number.
you would think that it's probably as high as I bet you, if you put this the right way and frame this question properly to the whole of America, that I would be willing to say 30% of Americans believe that birds aren't real.
Yeah.
So
No, I would say in the context of how it's framed as like a government conspiracy, then yes, I would say you could hit 30%.
Oh, easy. Come on, man. People, one day we will just share conspiracy theories. And maybe not on the air because then people think those are real. But just imagine the United States with all the reason to believe conspiracy theory that they provide you has the time to create drones, which are relatively new, and make billions of them so that they can surveil all over the United States and quite possibly the world. Who's making these? Where's this laboratory?
And the other thing that's kind of ridiculous about this is that, I mean, we live in a world where technology has grown so much in the last 20 years that there is surveillance almost everywhere. So why would they need to invest all this money into making birds that can spy on us? If you're really worried about surveillance, and which I think is a legit thing to have questions about, but I mean we've already crossed that bridge. Like if you have a smartphone, then I mean we've all seen it before. If you're on Facebook or something like that, and your Facebook is trying to sell you a new sound bar that you were just looking at on Best Buy 10 minutes ago. So I mean it's not like there isn't some truth in the fact that we put a lot of information out there about ourselves with the technology we use, but the idea that they would take it a step further and create surveillance birds is extreme.
It was so ridiculous when I first heard it. In my mind, I'm like, there's no way anybody believes that. And then I went, wait a minute, Mario. There's all kinds of ways that people Are you crazy? Yes, people definitely believe that birds aren't real. They'd also believe that Kentucky Fried Chicken is
a bouquet.
A bouquet. Go out and get that bouquet today for Mother's Day. I still want that though. I don't care. I want the vase. The vase. I want to see what is it.
That's right. I was gonna look into that.
I bet it's a red and white vase. I bet it's plastic, and I bet it's got Colonel Sanders' face on it someplace. I bet it looks like a bucket of chicken. I bet it looks like a bucket of chicken, Bliss, but it's a vase that you can put flowers in. I want one of those so bad. Trisha in California, hello. Entertaining Cricket, hello. Trent, hello. What's up, everybody? Thanks for being passengers on the drive today. I want one of those. I'm gonna look into it. I'm gonna have to call
right now.
Yeah. Are you looking?
Yeah.
Sweet. I'm gonna call a reputable KFC here in Chicago, which is like finding gold in the desert. Can you find gold in the desert? I guess you could. I don't know. My head feels like a balloon. Isn't that a song? Am I going to many things at once here? Isn't that a song lyric for Pink Floyd? My hands swelled up like two balloons. See, Gliss, this is what happens when you're not around. I lose my mind for 2 days, and then I have to come here and talk. And this is like the first time I've talked since yesterday. All kinds of dumb, is flying out my mouth. When we come back, Skirt's favorite segment, yes, the community report. Big things popping there. We talk about a pack of dogs that killed a health worker and we're going to recap those tornadoes in Texas. Saw a video this morning on the Today Show of the tornado, one of them. Man, I'm telling you, water is powerful. That's all I'm gonna say. Water is mad powerful. We come back, we will present you the community report. It's the Drive with Mario Smith here on Backchannel.tv, YouTube, and on your Amazon supported devices. And we'll be right back after these words. Hey guys, you're enjoying the drive. I'm Mario Smith, live here on Backchannel.tv every Monday through Wednesday and Friday from 4 p.m. Eastern Time. If you can see me right now, you're watching on an Echo device or Fire TV, or Echo Show or Fire TV. The magic word is Sekapexa, and get into the chat with us and do your thing. And if you're just listening right now on an Echo speaker, go to Backchannel.tv, hit the chat button, and get into the chat. That's BACKCHANNEL.TV. Thank you. Kansas got hit over the weekend by some pretty vicious storms, and the main Kansas tornado generated 165-mile-per-hour winds as it destroyed homes. The tornado damaged more than 1,000 buildings in south central Kansas, generating winds up to 165 miles per hour, and carved a path of destruction nearly 13 miles long, 21 kilometers. Wow. The National Weather Service said that the tornado caused extensive damage Friday, mostly in the Wichita suburb of Andover, and injured several people, rated an EF3 on the enhanced Fujita scale it uses to assess tornadoes. Andover Fire Chief Chad Russell said that at least 300 to 400 buildings were destroyed by the storm as part of a total of 1,074 buildings that were damaged. The Weather Service said the tornado was on the ground for 21 minutes on Friday evening. 4 people, including 2 firefighters who were responding to a call in Andover, were injured during the storm, but their injuries were minor. Russell said it will take years for Andover to recover from the storm. He says, quote, "The city of Andover will be affected by this for years. We still have scars from 1991's EF5 tornado. I am so thankful this tornado was not as bad as that, but we will literally be doing this for years." By Sunday, utility crews had restored power to nearly all of the more than 15,000 customers who lost power during the storm. Evergy said less than 1,000 people still lacked power in the Wichita area as of yesterday. In addition to the storm damage, the Oklahoma State Patrol said 3 University of Oklahoma meteorology students were killed in a car crash about 85 miles north of Oklahoma City in Oklahoma on Friday evening as they returned from storm chasing in Kansas. That's a dangerous job, being a storm chaser. I still hope one of these days we have Ryan Hall on the program, who is an amazing meteorologist himself, and he's a former storm chaser. I'd love to ask him, why do that? That is just like a hoo-wee of a job. Excuse me. Here's a report from Alabama. Very disturbing report from Alabama. An Alabama sheriff's office says a public health worker was killed by a pack of dangerous dogs after she went to a home to follow up on a report about dogs attacking and injuring another person days earlier. The Franklin County Sheriff's Office said the dog's owner, Brandy Dowdy, 39, has been charged with manslaughter. Jail records on Sunday did not show whether she is represented by an attorney. Um, Oliver said deputies on Friday saw several dogs attacking people south of Red Bay, and that led to one person suffering minor injuries and to some dogs being euthanized. Deputies were in the area to investigate an unknown vehicle, and they found the body of Jacqueline Summer Beard, an Alabama Department of Public Health employee. Oliver said Beard was there because of a dog attack earlier in the week that sent someone to a hospital in Jackson, Mississippi with injuries. The sheriff said investigators believe the dogs attacked Beard as she tried contacting their owner. Red Bay is in northern Alabama on the Mississippi state line. The sheriff's office said Dowdy will also face charges for violating Alabama's dangerous dog law called Emily's Law. The law was named in memory of Emily Colvin, who was killed by dogs outside her home in Jackson County in 2017. The law provides for felony and misdemeanor charges depending on the circumstances surrounding a dangerous dog attack. The incident comes about 10 weeks after a dog attacked two women at a Florida animal shelter, killing one and leaving the other one injured. That's incredible. Skirt says, do storm chasers make good money? Like, do they have to pick up another job in the off season? I imagine they make pretty decent money because a lot of those folks that are doing the storm chasing are like television networks, so that they can have, the Doppler radar coverage and all that stuff. Ooh, spiritual hippopotamus is here, Gliss. Hey, Keegan is here in Maine, or from Maine. He's not here in Maine. I'm in Chicago. That would be weird. But Keegan is here, and Keegan is from Maine. But spiritual hippopotamus, word. Hey, that's a good name.
It is. Median salary for a storm chaser is $61,444.
That's not bad money.
No,
that's not bad money at all. I can see that. Well, wait, are we talking about me? I'm scared of lightning and I'm inside the house. I don't know if I want to do it. That just seems like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's good money.
Yeah, but at what cost?
Not the best.
$61,000 to ride around.
Everything takes, I was going to say, there's some danger involved in that job too, so.
Yeah. And as we see, those poor folks got killed. Actually, I believe one of those people was a television meteorologist, or a meteorologist in training, I guess, and he had been doing TV or something. So yeah, that's sad, man. That is terribly sad. I saw this report and I just felt compelled to talk about it because it's a stark reminder of why we're here, and why we at some point have to have these conversations that are so uncomfortable that they're uncomfortable for everybody. Researchers are returning to the Alabama coast near Mobile to assess the sunken remains of the last slave ship to bring captive Africans to the United States more than 160 years ago. The Alabama Historical Commission says a team will begin a 10-day evaluation of the remnants of the Clotilda on Monday. Experts have described the wreck as the most complete slave ship ever discovered. The agency has hired Resolve Marine, a salvage and services company, for work involving the Clotilda. The ship was scuttled in the muddy Mobile River after illegally dropping off 110 West Africans on the Alabama coast in 1860, decades after Congress outlawed the international slave trade. The company plans to moor a 100-foot-long barge at the site with equipment to support divers and store artifacts that are removed from the water for analysis and documentation. It is a tremendous duty to ensure the Clotilda is evaluated and preserved, Aaron Joseph, the project manager for Resolve Marine, said in a statement. Some have advocated for removing the wreckage from the water and placing it on display in a new museum that's being discussed. and officials have said the work will help determine whether such a project is possible. I'll stop there. I think for the sake of history, it is important to I believe for the sake of history, it's important to acknowledge the history. I think for the furtherance of this conversation, hey Malik, how you doing, Malik? Hey, Gliss, Malik wants our attention. Should we give our attention to Malik? I say we give our attention to Malik.
I mean,
so Malik, is your mom up? You tell your mom to tell you to shut the hell up, Malik. My man, thanks. Hey, Malik. You got my attention, Malik. That's all right. That's okay. Now Malik is gone forever. Stupid. We have to be able to acknowledge history. We have to be able to talk about it. We have to be able to have these conversations. This can't be a oh, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. Let Malik talk. Poor little Malik. Malik's probably about 7. I didn't mean to curse you out, Malik. To have these conversations about slavery so that we can start talking about how to reverse some of the horrible racism that we have seen in this world, that a lot of it was perpetuated because of slavery. Malik there, whose name is very unique in that it's a Muslim name, and this is Eid Mubarak, and that Malik probably isn't a Muslim, but he's probably a descendant of some slaves, to come on this platform and tell me, the host of it, to shut the hell up is indicative of the problems we are having as a country. No, Malik, if you're talking to my boy, you're talking to me. So I need you, Malik, to sit with me for the rest of this show. You know what? I'm taking you off the court. You shot a brick. I need you to sit next to me. I'm the coach now. You sit next to me and get this lesson. For the rest of this show, you belong to me. And sit here and be quiet. I got you. Okay, Malik? My man. You're going to be all right. Before this show is over, you'll be fine. Wildlife officials in Colorado said a bear broke into a car and destroyed the interior, all to procure a tube of lip gloss. Colorado Parks and Wildlife tweeted, what was it, Yogi Bear dressing up as a girl to get a picnic basket? Colorado Parks and Wildlife tweeted photos showing the car that was destroyed by a bear, saying that there was no food or trash left inside, but there was lip gloss. Its scent was enough to entice the bear to check it out. The department said this is a reminder that bears can open car doors, which should be locked, and anything with a scent should not be left in vehicles. Why are people playing with bears? And thank you for finding that, Gliss. Why are people playing with bears? By the way, if you're in Alabama, there is a warrant for Officer Vicky White. She helped a man escape. The thing that makes this so interesting is that the day before the escape, she announced her retirement. Vicky White is like, I'm out of here. Let me help this dude get out. We got a $1 to get for Mother's Day for me because I'm hungry. All right. Now that I've started, I'm not cold anymore. When we come back, we'll do something. What are we doing, Gliss? Oh yeah, top of the hour. We start the show over. Give it another chance. Oh, for sure. All right. Thank you, everybody. Hey, Stevie, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Stevie's in New York City. Malik's in California. Yeah, figure. Keegan's in Maine. Trisha is in California as well. So is typical Cobra. I don't know where you are. Skirt's in Illinois and John's in Oregon. When we come back, we'll tell you how you can win a $25 gift card from Amazon from this show. It's The Drive with Mario Smith and my man Gliss in Portland, Oregon. We'll be right back after these words. Hey, everybody, welcome to Backchannel.tv. You're watching The Drive with Mario Smith live from Chicago, Illinois. I hope you're having a great Monday. To all our passengers that are on the drive, thank you so much for being here. It's a pleasure to see you all, even you, Malik. Oh, it's hour 2. We're almost done. Joining me from Oregon is Gliss, super producer. What's going on, bro?
Not much. How's it
Getting
going?
ready. Hey, can you tell? Having a great day. You getting ready for your? I was cold. I'm not cold anymore. I'm pretty fired up. You you getting ready for your vacation? Your trip?
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
Oh, you're going. Your boy will be fine.
Yeah. No, we should be good.
He's upstairs now, going, man. I only got like a day or two more of this love I'm getting. I gotta get ready to get out here and work real hard and play this off like I was, I don't want.
I mean, it is. I will say it is hard. It's like hit that stretch where it's like so close,
yeah,
and so far away.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
My wife's been texting me like she's just struggling through every single day at work because she's ready for a vacation. So
yeah, I can believe it. I am too, to be honest with you. That reminds me,
I need to get a vacation.
Bad. Yeah. Are you kidding? We've been going straight since January 10th. Well, I have. My Iron Man streak is 65 shows. Today is episode 65, everybody. Woo!
I know. And I'm sure I'd bother you at some point. If you went on vacation, we'd have to, have you pop on or something.
It would be impossible for me not to at this point. I would be on every day anyway.
In fact, I was doing the math the other day because I was like thinking, okay, we got 75 coming up soon, and then 100 is just around the corner if you think about it. So I was like, 100, we might have to do the Florida Man show where we pick the best Florida Man show, the best Florida Man stories. We might have to do that for number 100, but number 75 is going to be when I'm gone, so I might have to call in from the ship or something to say hello because I'm going to feel like I'm missing out on the 75th episode.
Yeah, because that's going to be a big one. Don't have a plan for it yet, but I'm sure. There's so many things we could do. I am excited about all of it. To get to 100 episodes, though, man, that's wild. I did not see that coming. I didn't see.
Yeah, because like I said, 75 is 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks from Wednesday, I think. So
yeah, that's about right. Hey, Jaded Caramel. Hey, Dazzling Snake. Hello, Janet. Hey, Perfect Pigeon. Hello. Nice to meet you too. I am very excited about it. I look forward to that. Getting to 100 of anything is it's a milestone for me.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to do something special that day for sure.
I remember when we calculated, because I've been doing that radio show now 21 years, and I remember when we calculated the 500th episode of that, and I was like freaked out. I'm like, man, I've done this 500 times. I can count the things I've done 500 times that don't involve like my personal business. You know what I mean? And
yeah, it's
an honor, and I'm glad that people are hanging out with us, in spite of how I may have sounded earlier. Very happy. I'm going to forego headlines because we took a fair amount of time admonishing the young person. But I will say this. This is The Drive. I'm your host, Mario Smith, live here on Backchannel, the only place for your Echo device where you can watch and listen to live shows and chat with the hosts in real time. We're here every Wednesday. It says weekday. I can't see. We're here every Monday through Wednesday. This is what I'm trying to say. And Friday from 4 p.m. Eastern time. Please send us a chat. You can ask questions, chime in on what we're talking about, or anything else you want to send my way. If you could see me right now, you're watching on an Echo show or Fire TV. The magic word is that's not the magic word, but that's what came out. Just go to your device, activate it, and get in the chat with us. Now, if you're listening on an Echo speaker and you can hear but not see me, go to backchannel.tv and click the join the chat button. Once again, that's BACKCHANNEL.tv, And welcome to everybody that's a passenger on the drive. You can also find me on Twitter at Mario and Hyde Park, where I'm a little bit more able to speak my mind than I do here, although it's mostly about whatever the White Sox are doing. Speaking of which, the White Sox are playing, Gliss, and what are they doing? Let's get a good look here at the White Sox. Come on, guys. They have been playing so horrible. They're winning 3-0. Oh, it's a ball game. Hey, the White Sox won. C struck out 11. Yes. That's a White Sox winner. Very good. I'll tell you what, we will take a break though. And when we come back, we will do the entertainment report. Sad news from the world of country music. That's also when we're going to do the card, talk about Bill Murray, and also the Met Gala. I have to get out of here and get dressed to fly to New York on my private jet. I'm sorry, on Gliss's private plane that he has to fly here from Portland. Then I'm going to use it to fly to New York. And then I'm just going to fly Spirit back to Chicago, and they're going to fly the plane back to Gliss's house. The Met Gala is tonight, and we're going to talk about all those things and a new book that I'm interested into. It's The Drive with Mario Smith. We'll be back in just a moment. It's 7 minutes after the hour. We'll be right back. Welcome back to The Drive, everybody, with Mario Smith here on Backchannel.tv. Just navigating through some things here on the old mobile phone, the other news source that I use. Oh, by the way, I don't know if there's a reggae band in my hallway. That's kind of stereotypical, but I don't know if there's a reggae band in my hallway. But somebody is doing the most, and I don't want to get in trouble for it. So I have activated my oh God, please don't get me don't get me locked up. Somebody is really Gliss, man. It's a whole different kind of thing going on out there today. Somebody must have a guest from out of town in their house, because it's not 420. Today's the second day of May. You couldn't tell. It's really bad. I know that's not part of the entertainment report. I'm just letting you know it's pretty harsh. Over the weekend, Naomi, and this is weird, Judd's just performed a couple of nights ago at the Country Music Awards. And I guess they were going to tour as well. But as it turns out, Naomi Judd, part of the Grammy Award-winning country music duo The Judds, has passed away at the age of 76. Her daughters, Wynonna and actress Ashley Judd, confirmed the artist's death on Saturday. Quote, "Today, we sisters experienced a tragedy. We lost our beautiful mother to the disease of mental illness," they wrote in a statement. "We are shattered. Pardon me. We are navigating profound grief and know that as we loved her, she was loved by her public. We are in unknown territory." I don't know, Gliss, how deep you go on the Judds, but they were big. I mean, truly, I guess crossed over is the word, where their audience wasn't strictly your traditional country audience.
Yeah. I'm a fan of the Judds.
Yeah, I like them. I like them a lot. I thought they were pretty cool. I know that Wynonna had been going through some things a few years back. Didn't know her mom was having that same issue though. And there's all these rumors and stuff flying around, and that's not it's not appropriate to comment on any of that stuff. But the fact that they mentioned um, her mental health
Mhm.
as possibly being a cause of her death is very it's very sad that it ended that way. It's
Yeah.
very, very sad that it ended that way. And then last night, Ray Charles, one of my favorite artists ever, ever, ever. You ever want to buy me an album, buy me a Ray Charles album, I guarantee you I'll listen to it, country or anything else. Ray Charles and the Judds joined the Country Music Hall of Fame in a ceremony filled with tears, music, and laughter just the day after Naomi Judd died unexpectedly. The loss of Naomi Judd altered the normally celebratory ceremony, but the music played on as the genre's singers and musicians mourned the country legend while also celebrating the four inductees, the Judds, Ray Charles, Eddie Bayers, and Pete Drake. Garth Brooks, Trisha Yearwood, Vince Gill, and many more performed their hit songs. Naomi and Winona Judd were among the most popular duos of the 1980s, scoring 14 number one hits during their nearly three-decade career. On the eve of her induction, the family said in a statement to the Associated Press that Naomi Judd had died at the age of 76 due to mental illness, the disease of mental illness. Daughters Winona and Ashley Judd accepted the induction amid tears, holding on to each other and reciting a Bible verse together. Quote, I'm sorry that she couldn't hang on until today, Ashley Judd said of her mother to the crowd while crying. Winona Judd talked about the family gathering as they said goodbye to her, and she and Ashley Judd recited Psalm 23. Though my heart is broken, I will continue to sing, Winona Judd said. Fans gathered outside the museum, drawn to a white floral bouquet outside the entrance and a small framed photo of Naomi Judd below. A single rose was laid on the ground. Ray Charles' induction showcased his genre-defining country releases, which demonstrated country music's commercial appeal. The Georgia-born singer and piano player grew up listening to the Grand Ole Opry and in 1962 released Modern Sounds in Country and Western Music, which became one of the best-selling country releases of his era. Have you ever heard that album, Gliss? It is so good. It is so good. Ray Charles was a bad man.
Yeah, I'm not sure that I have heard that.
Oh man, you will love it. It is so good, dude. I am not even making that up. It's a really, really solid album of this dude, Ray Charles, just going. I mean, a country. There's a reason it's in the Country Hall of Fame. It's a big reason.
I'll have to check it out.
You should. You absolutely
usually before the show, this my little office here is just like blaring music. So
right
up until about 5 minutes before the show starts. So that's like
Same.
that's
Same
what
here.
what I'm usually doing in here is doing my prep work while listening to some music. So I'll have to put that on the list for tomorrow.
Same here. Okay. Jaded Camel, Dazzling Snake, Roasted Chimpanzee, Cody, Burley Asp. And then Cody has a question, Gliss. Cody in Tennessee wants to know, hello, Henry Gable. When the gift card is, well, guess what, Henry? Not Henry. Guess what, Cody? The gift card is now. Let's give away a $25 Amazon gift card. If you subscribe to the show right now, you have a chance to win an Amazon gift card. Simply hit the subscribe button and let us know you are a subscriber in the chat. We'll announce the winner in the next segment, so stay tuned. This is your chance. Subscribe right now, and you have a chance to win a $25 gift card from Amazon. Thanks, Amazon. Bill Murray finally spoke to the accusations of inappropriate behavior that led to the shutdown of the movie Being Mortal. Actor Bill Murray opened up about what led to the set of the movie Being Mortal being shut down last week following reports of his alleged inappropriate behavior. Murray described the incident as a, quote, difference of opinion, close quote, but did not go into detail about what happened or who was involved. Quote, I did something I thought was funny and it wasn't taken that way, close quote, he told CNBC. The actor who commented on the incident during Berkshire Hathaway's earnings event, that's an odd place for Bill Murray to be. Well, I guess it's not. He's made a lot of money. Said he and the woman are trying to make peace with each other. We are both professionals. We like each other's work. We like each other, I think. And if we can't really get along and trust each other, there's no point in going further, working together, or making the movie as well. It's been quite an education for me, he said. Searchlight Pictures suspended production on the film after Murray was accused in a complaint of inappropriate behavior, according to Variety. Cast and crew were made aware of the situation in a letter from the studio, the magazine said. Murray told CNBC that he is hopeful he can make peace with the woman and thinks production on the movie can resume, but only if the woman is comfortable doing so. Quote, I think it's a sad dog that can't learn anymore, close quote, Murray told the news station about learning from his mistakes. That's a really sad puppy that can't learn anymore. I don't want to be that sad dog, and I have no intention of it. What would make me the happiest would be to put my boots on and for both of us to go back into work and be able to trust each other and work at the work that we've both spent a lot of time developing the skill of, he added. It's interesting. Bliss, I'm scared to look. What's it looking like over here? Oh, Jesus. It's not happening. Hey, y'all, look. I need somebody to subscribe.
It's Cody. Well, Cody says he's a subscriber. I don't see the tag next to his name yet, but we'll give him a minute.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to try to keep it together.
Just make sure you hit that. You hit that yellow button down there, Cody.
Yeah, you got to hit the button.
We'll pick someone in the next segment. So,
yeah. So again, if you missed this, breaking news here from me: we are giving away a $25 Amazon gift card. If you subscribe to the show right now, you have a chance to win an Amazon gift card. Like for real, we aren't making it up. It ain't a gag. It's not a bit. It's serious. You can get it. $25 gift card. Or me and Gliss are going to find a way that we can get them because I can use a $25 gift card from Amazon if we're being honest. I mean, right now, like today, I could use one. I got my eye on something on Amazon. Isn't that weird that you'll like make a list of it's like window shopping? My things I want from Amazon is so long.
I know. It's easy to get caught up.
Yeah.
You know, like especially if you start, kind of like if you're looking for something and then something else pops up and then you're like, oh, you know what? I could also use this. Like,
man, half the stuff I have yeah. It's like half the things I have no desire, I have no real practical use for. I just want them.
Right. Yeah.
And then there are things that I need that are also there that I'd like to have. And a $25 gift certificate, a gift card would be nice. Oh, well. Was the first Monday in May, Glisten? You know what that means? It's the night that fashion comes to New York City. That's right. It's the Met Gala. And people are going to wear weird clothes, and we're going to talk about it tomorrow. And I think we're going to devote the whole segment to people wearing
do a Met Gala review for entertainment tomorrow.
Yes, that's my plan. It's people going to be wearing White Castle boxes and
sounds good to me.
Garden hoses around their body parts and stuff. Yeah. 8 months ago they did the last one, but it's traditionally the first Monday in May, and I've never been to a Met Gala. I'd love to go to one. What's the theme this year? This year's gala coincides with the opening of the second part of a two-part exhibit at the Costume Institute focused on American fashion and style. The evening's dress code is gilded glamour and white tie, a la the Gilded Age. That tumultuous period that you remember, Gliss, or I was there, not you, between the Civil War and the turn of the 20th century, known for its robber barons, drama, and grandeur. Now, Rihanna is pregnant, but she has come dressed up as the Pope. Even though, I mean, even pregnant, she's still ridiculously beautiful. For example, also, this is where celebrity couples, this is like the last time you see them together on the red carpet. Kim Kardashian and Kanye West, Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes, Jennifer Lopez with Mark Anthony and Alex Rodriguez, Ben Affleck as well. Charlize Theron and Sean Penn, Selena Gomez and The Weeknd. All those folks, none of them together. So I would go by myself. That way, spare my other person the cost. The Met Gala. Yeah, we're definitely talking about it tomorrow. I can't wait. As you can tell, I'm really excited.
We'll have some photos ready. We can do do some breakdowns.
Yeah, for sure. I'll give you I will do my fashion breakdowns.
I'm definitely not very like fashion inclined, but
you can see how I'm looking today. I've got on my Chicago hoodie and hat. These big things on my head.
I wear stuff that's like super comfortable, and then I buy like 20 of them.
Same.
I wear dry fit shirts, shorts, nicer sweatpants, hoodies.
Same here.
That's my style right there.
I'm basically t-shirts and shorts in the summer.
Yeah, same here.
I've got 2 suits that are still in the cleaners that are just hanging, just sitting there in the cleaners. Because where am I going? I go to work. I come here. I work here. I gotta get out of here. I gotta hurry. What time is it?
As soon as the temperatures are above like 65, I'm like shorts until at least the middle of October.
Yeah,
shorts and t-shirts, and then the rest of the year, as you've seen when we've talked off camera, it's usually just a hoodie.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm on a bike all the time. What am I wearing? A Hugo Boss suit on a bike? Where am I going? No, trying to be comfortable. Got a big festival this year that I'm hosting. 2 of them. Well, one I'm guest hosting, and the other one I'm working on. And I'm not going to be wearing. I hope I get to go to a friend of mine. I'm not telling that story. I might be going to a wedding in September. I'll just leave it at that because I don't.
Is it a local wedding?
No, it'll be in all places of Florida.
Oh, okay.
I get to do some live Florida man.
Do some man on the street, yeah.
Oh yeah. You better know it. I will be doing live man on the street stuff. Tina's here. Hey Tina. Yeah, you should please watch it because I want to make sure. I see you, Bliss. I want to make sure that that I get a report from you about it. I don't know what I'm watching. I'm just gonna look at the pictures tomorrow and talk about them as I see them. Tina, I can't say. I'll tell you later. It's not me. I get married.
I would have to hit the breaking news for that because that would have just came out of nowhere.
Man, first of all, I would have been surprised.
Just like
I'd have been like, Mario, you what? Yep. Huh?
Episode 65, just like all of a sudden, out of nowhere.
Yeah, I got some I've been holding in, which is probably why I'm all hot and cold. I'm going through it. I'm getting married. There might not be a show next week. I gotta go. No, I don't think. Yeah, Tina, you're right. I don't think. I don't think that that's happening for me. I just don't. I'm old now. If this was 20 years ago, man, I was all for it because it was getting old with someone. I don't want to be. I like being. I kind of like being alone.
Yeah.
I don't like being alone at the same time. I'm not ready to have this conversation. Thanks a lot, Bliss.
It's like just already we're just like getting right into it. Like, on one hand, but on the other hand,
I'm not trying. Come on,
just break it all down right now.
I'm not really trying to do all that, man. I just want to, I want to be able to come home when I want. It's not like I'm coming home at 4:00 in the morning. I'm in the bed at 10. I'm such a good person. I am a really nice guy. I'm not trying to lobby for anything. I'm just saying I'm a nice dude.
I agree.
Oh man. All right, whatever. When we come back, we will announce the winner of our Amazon card giveaway, and we'll have the Dylan T. Pickles I always want to forget the Unipiper, the Dylan T. Pickles Unipiper Sports Report in just a second. And I'm just going to go through my horrible relationship life and just think about all the times I could have been married and didn't do it. And then be happy for about 5 minutes and then be sad again. Tina, you're funny. Closed Ox. What's happening? Welcome to the show. Hey, Blake and everybody. It's the Drive with Mario Smith. We'll be announcing that winner in a moment. We got it's the Drive with Mario Smith. Tina, stop. We'll be back right after these words. It's 26 minutes after the hour. NBA playoffs off to a great start. The second round of playoff games was something else yesterday. I thoroughly enjoyed watching Golden State and Memphis. That was the game. Draymond Green shouldn't have gotten kicked out of that game. I thought that was a terrible, terrible call by a referee who's been suspect all season long. Don't get me started. But great game by the Warriors. They really showed me something yesterday. I don't think the Grizzlies are going to do anything in this series. I honestly think it will be a best of 5, and I think they got one yesterday that they probably shouldn't have gotten. I think they will beat them at home twice. I don't think Memphis is really prepared for this level of basketball with Golden State. You know, that's a veteran tested team. And even if you're just talking about Draymond and Steph and what's the other one's name that does all the shooting? Thompson. He was hurt for 8 years. What's his name?
Clay
Thompson.
Thanks. Product of Lake Oswego. He grew up in Lake Oswego out here. Him and Kevin Love used to play on the same baseball team as kids.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. They got a squad, man. Jordan Poole, Gary Payton, the second or third or whatever he is. They I act like I didn't watch this game. I truly did watch it. They are a really good team. John Morant is doing work in the paint. But see, there's substance and then there's showboat. And I think Memphis is trying to do both, and you can't. Not in the playoff, can't, because there's too much at stake, and these dudes know the money is there. Golden State is too good. And if Memphis gets 3 games in this series, I'll be stunned. I think it's Golden State in 5. And by the way, Gliss, celebratory music to announce our winner.
Here, let me see.
Or do we need probably music?
We're very limited. Let's see what this is. Is that it? About as good as it can get.
All right, screw it. Hey, Cody, congratulations. You're the winner of a $25 Amazon gift card. Mr. Gliss will be letting you know how you can get your card. Gliss?
Yeah, so basically you just need to go to back here. I should pull this up. I should have done this before. Actually, I did have it up before, and then I went and distracted myself doing something else. Yeah, so Cody, go to, you're just going to go to www.backchannel.tv, and you're going to click on, there's just going to be a button right there that says claim prize. Click on that, fill in your information, and they are going to hook you up with an Amazon gift card. There you go.
Cody in Tennessee, congratulations, man. Thank you for subscribing, by the way, and enjoy that $25 gift card from Amazon. Let's take a listen to this music a little bit.
Yeah, what is it? This they call this future pop, I guess.
Man, if that's how it's going to sound in the future, we're screwed. That's not good. All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Gosh.
I'll get some. I'll get some. You know, I'm still working on some of my own audio elements to add, you know, to the show. We'll start to get to beef some of that up after my trip. Get some, you know, get some new. You know, every once in a while for special segments like that, we'll have our own background music because we're limited with what they give us here on.
Yeah, that's true. And I don't mean to criticize the music Backchannel. I'm sorry. I love you.
It's not even Backchannel. It's just you know, it's the software we're running off of.
Well, then I'm fully critical. How dare you? We'll be giving away another one of these gift cards on Friday. So please join us. Watch us every day, but Friday, there's a way to start your weekend off right with a $25 gift card from Amazon. Hopefully, we'll be able to give away more things as we go forward. And thank you. So, Cody, congratulations, bro. Or ma'am. Cody could be either, couldn't it?
Could be.
Yeah. I mean, see, never mind. I just thought about something we talked about a while back. We got to figure it out because now I want to know. How about that football draft, huh? You know, I'm really sounding like I've never watched a sporting event or know what I'm talking about today.
Hey, guys, how about that sports?
How about the football draft? The NFL draft was this weekend. The NFL draft concluded this weekend, and it was a great draft. Oh, everybody was so happy. I was singing and dancing and all that.
That's great.
Isn't this the best job ever? On a Friday, we talked a little bit about the draft, Sauce getting drafted and all that. I got to talk about the Chicago Bears, man. And then I'll talk about Mr. Irrelevant, who's picked up by the 49ers, the 262nd overall pick. The Bears came in with like a thought about how they wanted to draft and ended up with 11 players picked. I know other teams did better. I know other teams got guys with bigger names and all that stuff. Considering how damaged their draft has been the last 5 years, 6 years, this was a cool that Ryan Poles pulled off and getting 11 dudes. So I'm celebrating that. I don't know how good any of them are going to be in the long run. I'm pretty excited though. Pretty excited. 11 bodies that will play. 3 definitely going to start. Maybe 4 that will definitely start. Not bad. But this year's Mr. Irrelevant, which is the best part of this stupid draft, or the football draft, as I like to call it. Brock Purdy from Iowa State, taken in the 7th round with the 262nd pick. But here's what he gets, though. See, that's one thing. They do a whole, like, it's a celebration. They got fireworks, all kinds of stuff. He's 22 years old. He had a 67.7% pass completion with 12,170 yards in his college career, 81 touchdowns, 33 interceptions in the 46 games he played in his 4 years with the Cyclones of Iowa State. He's the first irrelevant quarterback taken since 2017 when the Broncos selected Chad Kelly. It would sound negative. It is not. Here you go. This is what Mr. Irrelevant gets. He takes a trip to Newport Beach, California, where they go to Disneyland, visits a charity. He does media stuff. And I think he's going to probably be on the Tonight Show at some point, or maybe Jimmy Kimmel, since he's already on the West Coast. Now, the first Mr. Irrelevant to play in and win a Super Bowl came in 2021 when Ryan Sukup, Tampa Bay place kicker, won the Super Bowl. He was a Mr. Irrelevant. Did not know that. So there you go. So how do you feel about getting Mr. Irrelevant, Mr. Gliss? I can tell you
I
don't
mean,
really care about Mr. Irrelevant.
seems irrelevant. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's
But
solid right there.
um,
Yeah. That was
yeah, I
good.
mean, yeah, sure. I mean, it's a thing. So yeah, it's cool for that guy, and I guess in terms of the pick itself, like it makes sense. It's that if the 49ers are gonna turn things over to Trey Lance, who they gave up everything to get last year, to bring in another young guy as someone to kind of compete with, and
Yeah.
just as a backup plan is always a good thing. So
Because that's Trey Lance's job to I mean, Garoppolo's not is he done or what are they gonna do?
I don't know. I think part of the. I mean, I think part of the. I know they've been trying to trade him. I mean, he's been working with the organization, like his agent. They're trying to get him somewhere. The problem is there's not very many spots left.
Yeah.
I think Seattle, and you're not going to see the Niners trade him to Seattle, and obviously Baker Mayfield has been rumored there. Carolina was another team that I think needed a quarterback, but they also drafted a quarterback, I believe.
I think so. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, that might work. Letting Garoppolo go there as kind of a the guy for now if they want to develop that young quarterback. But yeah, by all accounts, he's going to be gone eventually, and the kind of reporting behind the scenes has been that Trey Lance has essentially been told that this is going to be his job this year.
Wow.
Yeah, so
I know Garoppolo has his hiccups, and I know that he is not 100% reliable to get it done. But yeah. I don't know, man.
He's a winner.
He's a winner. I mean, he's not the ultimate champion, but he's a winner.
Right. I mean, he was only a few minutes away from winning a Super Bowl. It's not like the 49ers were blown out by the Chiefs. That game was very close at the end. And, so he had an opportunity. I think it's just one of those scenarios where he's been here for several years now. He took them to 2 NFC championship games and a Super Bowl with, as kind of a game manager type quarterback. But I think the problem is if you're the 49ers and, some of the other talented pieces they've had the last couple of years, when you talk about guys like George Kittle and then on defense, Nick Bosa and all these guys, Fred Warner, that he's just not the kind of quarterback that can put you over the top. And granted, there's not very many of those in the NFL.
Right.
I think, the 49ers thinking is we hit our ceiling with Jimmy Garoppolo. And so we want to bring in a quarterback that maybe has more of the tool set that seems to be successful for this day and age of quarterbacks. And, by all accounts, he has a lot of raw talent. Does that always translate? No. But you also don't want to waste a rookie contract. The guy is barely making any money. You might as well get him on the and it's guys like Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence last year who came out, in his class. Those guys are going to be, 5 steps ahead of Trey Lance just from what they had to go through last year. And just the, going through that of being an NFL quarterback and learning what the preparation takes week in and week out. And just, all those things that come along with experience. I think at some point when you draft a young quarterback, you have to just kind of throw them in there and let them, see you either see that they have it or they don't have it.
You don't really have a choice. You kind of got to let them do
You're not going to do much sitting on the sidelines. So,
yeah. I think, and then I'll move on. I think with a guy like Trey Lance, the best thing that can happen to him if he's going to be the starter and they don't figure out what to do with Garoppolo is to give them both a chance to compete for that job. But say they do get rid of Garoppolo, the best thing that could possibly happen to Trey Lance is that he's on a team like the 49ers that is not a team that's going to be crippled if he does badly. You know what I mean? They would be able to fix that part of the problem, which is why I'm thinking maybe they don't get rid of Garoppolo. Maybe they keep him around.
Yeah, I mean they definitely have the weapons. I mean, they were in the NFC Championship game. They have enough talent on the roster to not have him, necessarily make or break their season.
Right.
They're going to have to go through some growing pains with him, though, if they're going to give him that role. So,
and then they still didn't trade Debo. So there's that.
Yeah, there's that.
Jackie Robinson's used bat from the 1990. If he was alive in 1990, from the 1949. Man, this blooper reel is going to be epic. We might win a Emmy. Jackie Robinson's bat from the 1949 Major League Baseball All-Star Game has been sold at auction. Golden Auctions announced the winning bid was $1.8 million by Hunt Auctions. Quote, the bat has been in the Robinson family archive since the day it was first used by Jackie. Rachel Robinson, Jackie's widow, wrote in a letter of authenticity. The statement from Hunt Auctions president David Hunt, the direct provenance from Rachel Robinson and the added historical significance of the 1949 All-Star Game being played in Brooklyn placed this example at the pinnacle of Jackie game bats. Per Guinness World Records, the bat Babe Ruth used to hit his first home run with the New York Yankees in 1923 is the most expensive bat ever, sold at $1.265 million. It is exceedingly rare for a bat to sell for more than $1 million. That's crazy. With that in mind, the Giants, is it the Padres that play the Dodgers or the Giants play the Dodgers this week? Can't remember, but one of those two people are playing each other. That's what's going to happen. And speaking of baseball, a very significant event in baseball, in pro baseball, semi-pro baseball happened last night. The first woman to start in an Atlantic League game, Kelsey Whitmore, played left field and batted ninth for the Staten Island Ferry Hawks on Sunday. She's the first woman to start a game in the Atlantic League and one of the first to do so in a league connected to Major League Baseball. The 23-year-old Whitmore cracked manager Edgardo Alfonso's line for the Ferry Hawks game at the Gastonia Honey Hunters. Whitmore, a right-handed hitter, went 0 for 2. She struck out in her first at bat, was hit by a pitch in the second. She hustled toward first base after being struck in the arm by a breaking pitch and flied out to right in her third time up. She was then pulled for a pinch hitter in a 10-5 loss. Flawless in the field, Whitmore caught a couple of fly balls hitting her direction. Whitmore had previously come off the bench for Staten Island, making her debut on April 21st at Charleston as a pinch runner with 2 outs in the ninth inning. Whitmore is a two-way player and has been working with pitching coach Nelson Figueroa, one of the greats, but he's yet to pitch in a game for Staten Island. A former college softball player at Cal State Fullerton, Whitmore signed with Staten Island this month, one of several notable moments for women in baseball this season. Congratulations to Kelsey Whitmore. That's big news. I'm with that. I think that's kind of cool, to be honest. I just do. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Shout out to her. There was some. Oh, yes. You're here with us on The Drive, and I'm Mario Smith, live here on Backchannel, the only place on your Echo device where you can watch and listen to live shows and chat with the host in real time. We're here every Monday through Wednesday and Friday from 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Please send me a chat. You can ask questions, chime in on what we're talking about, or anything else you want to send my way. If you can see me right now and you're watching on your Echo Show or Fire TV, the magic word is Hamanegza. And then get in the chat with us. Now, if you're just listening on your Echo speaker, go to backchannel.tv and click on the chat there. And you can also subscribe too. And thank you to everybody who is watching us on The Drive today. Shocking Bear, Claudia, Tender Catfish, Correct Puzzling Beaver, Closed Ox, Cody. Congratulations again, Cody, Blake, Nancy, and everybody else. Thank you guys. Really appreciate it. I wanted to talk about a book, and I forgot to do it in the last segment because I got so excited about giving away the gift card. All of the Marvels is a book written by Douglas Wolk, W-O-L-K, and it talks about the Marvel Universe and its connection from the beginning of the Marvel Universe, events that happened in the 60s, to what's happening in the Marvel Universe now. And one of the examples they use, if the Hulk stubbed his toe back in 1979, Captain America could be dealing with the consequences in 2022. He says that The Marvel Universe contains the biggest story that has ever been told. It all happens in the same setting. Stories that happened in 1961 or 62 have consequences in comics that are coming out this week. So I am definitely going to get that book, All of the Marvels, um, and I am sure it's available on Amazon. Really quickly, what can we do here? That's sports, by the way. Um, we've got a great front of mind for you today. On this day, artist Leonardo da Vinci dies in France, because I can't say what it is, at Clou in 1519. Man, I remember that funeral. It was hard. Boy, it was tough. In 1946, 5 prisoners died in a revolt at the island prison of Alcatraz off the coast of San Francisco. And in 1988, Cincinnati Reds manager Pete Rose is suspended for 30 days by Major League Baseball, by National League president, Art Bartlett. What's wrong with you? A. Bartlett Giamatti. 2 days after Rose shoved an umpire during a game won by the New York Mets 6-5. Born on this day, they call him The Rock. The Rock says this: Dwayne Johnson is celebrating a birthday, the big 5-0 today. Soccer player David Beckham turns 47, and Lily Allen, the singer, turns 37 years old. On this day in music history, in 1981, You Make My Dreams by Hall & Oates enters the U.S. Top 40 chart. In 1989, Michael Jackson is detained by a guard for looking suspicious. He was dressing incognito in a Simi Valley, California mall. And in 1992, Bonnie Raitt receives an honorary Doctor of Music degree from Berklee College of Music in Boston. Okay, when we come back, we'll have the front of mind story for you as we wrap the show up. This is The Drive with Mario Smith here on Backchannel.tv. We'll be right back. High school senior Trayshawn Holmes Gunnar spent the first 7 years of his life in silence. Born deaf, he didn't have any formal way of communicating with his peers. He says, I would have classes and I would fail my classes because I have no way of understanding what was going on, he says through his interpreter, Edwin Cancel. People would say, are you a dummy or something? And I didn't know what they were saying. Then in the second grade, he moved to Oregon. His adoptive parents taught him American Sign Language, and he enrolled in the Oregon School for the Deaf. I would be kind of shy, wanted to stay behind my mom, and they would encourage me. And then after 11 years, I picked up the dexterity and the fluidity that I've picked up in sign, he says. Now he's a statewide champion and will compete for a larger audience at Poetry Out Loud. Sweet. It's a national competition where high school students are judged based on how well they recite selected poems. Gail Robertson is a teacher at OSD and has been active in Poetry Out Loud since 2009. She's been encouraging Trayshawn to complete since his freshman year. He's student body government president. He wears a tie to school because he wants to look good, she laughs. He's just one of those kids that you can see standing on a national stage and doing really well there. At first, Trayshawn wasn't sure if he would even like poetry. He was more interested in telling funny stories and jokes. But with Robertson's coaching, Trayshawn competed in 2021 as a junior. He came in third. Even so, the experience gave him the confidence to try again. I said, okay, I owe this to myself. My senior year to come in here guns blazing, he says. As he heads into the home stretch of his senior year, Trayshawn has picked 3 powerful and challenging poems: The Song of the Smoke by W.E.B. Du Bois, Silence by Thomas Hood, and Caged Bird by Maya Angelou. All 3 works reflect Trayshawn's feelings about being a young black man in America. Quote, it's a hard life being a young black person, and so I started looking for authors who were black and who knew the black experience, and I wanted to be able to convey a serious subject like this, yet in my way of a performance. Of the 3 poems, Caged Bird is his favorite. Caged bird has no movement. The wings are clipped and it feels like the black experience. We're not free to do whatever. It feels like we are in a cage. But how do you translate a poem meant to be read aloud into a visual language, let alone memorize it? He says, I look up the information on the internet and I start translating summaries of the different stanzas. Instead of going word for word, I take the meaning of each stanza and then I start getting into the process of memorizing it. He also needed to make sure that he accurately adapted the poem's message in American Sign Language without over dramatizing the meaning. I have to have facial expressions that match what is happening to the poem, he says. Trayshawn was one of 11 students who made it to the final round of the statewide competition. The Oregon Arts Commission announced the winner on March 1st. Normally, the students must recite their poems in front of a live audience, but because of the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, Trayshawn has had to pre-record his performances. In his taped performance of Caged Bird, Trayshawn stands alone in his classroom, dressed in a long-sleeve shirt and a wool vest. The only sound heard at the beginning is a voiceover introducing the poem. Then he starts signing. The room remains silent, but his hand movements and facial expression speak volumes. Once all 3 poems were recorded and sent off for judging, it was time to wait for the live Zoom meeting that announced the winner. Trayshawn was completely shocked when he heard his name. My heart was beating really fast too. I don't know if that could be seen visibly, but inside I was very excited. Competition judge and Oregon Arts Commissioner Subhani Gansen Forbes was immediately impressed with his poise and authenticity. Trayshawn was very good at really cutting through expectations and saying, this is my presentation. This is how I'm grounded. View the poem through me, she says. Trayshawn is only the second deaf student to win Oregon's Poetry Out Loud contest. Tiffany Hinano Hill, who was also coached by Gil Robertson, won in 2009. Trayshawn completes Sunday, or already did yesterday, in the national semifinal round. If he succeeds, he'll advance to the final round in June. I could be a winner from being a deaf baby with no ability to communicate to being a state champion now. So if I can do it, people can do it too. Congratulations, young man. Good luck to you. I hope you did well yesterday. And that's awesome. That's just awesome. I don't care what anybody says. All right, Gliss, it's time. My favorite segment of the show. I was trying not to read so fast so I could get to it. It's Did You Know? Not a lot of Did You Knows today.
It's kind of a shorter list today.
Yeah. It's actually perfect for the time.
Did you know?
Well, this is further proof that I don't read these before we read them out loud. All right, Gliss, here we go. Did you know 30% of adults have never been to a drive-in theater? Oh, that number's got to be bigger. Are there still drive-in theaters?
There's around every
couple thousand miles.
Like, there's not many of them. That's sad though, man. Drive-ins are awesome.
They were fun.
It's so cool.
Your family shoves you in the trunk of a car. You get in there, they let you out, so they don't have to pay for you. Yeah, fun. Did you know? I'm not saying that happened to me. They put blankets on top of me. They didn't put me in the trunk. Did you know parents likely paid $293 for their baby's first birthday party? Get out of here. Are you kidding? That kid ain't gonna remember that party. That's an adult party that they paid $293 for. Did you know 52% of teenagers have never purchased a postage stamp? I bet that number's higher than that.
Probably.
Yeah. Did you know, according to recent research, newborns can tell the difference between languages? I totally believe that. Did you know, according to USA Today, the average person gets a new cell phone about every 18 months? What? No, they don't. I've had this joker for a year, maybe 2, ever since I met her. No, I'm kidding. Did you know 40% of women say they break out in a sweat the minute they have to parallel park? I bet that's not true. Too bad we can't put Lindsay on get a speaker and have her go, no, that's not true. And did you know of all the aircraft in the U.S., only 382 are dedicated to fighting fires? It seems like that should be more.
Yeah.
When you see footage of astronauts floating peacefully in space, do you ever wonder what does space smell like? According to some former astronauts, space does have a distinct odor that hangs around post-spacewalk. They've described it as hot metal or searing steak. NASA has confirmed that a fireball seen over 3 southern states last week was a piece of an asteroid around a foot across that exploded 34 miles above a swampy area in Louisiana. The agency says around 30 people in Mississippi, Arkansas, and Louisiana reported sightings. The meteor, which weighed 80 to 90 pounds, hit the atmosphere moving at 55,000 miles per hour and landed on a farm owned by Jonathan Kent. And now Clark is here. Superman has arrived. As it broke apart, it created pressure waves that caused booms and shaking. It hit the atmosphere at 55,000 miles per hour and created that brilliant fireball 10 times brighter than a full moon. Also, Chipotle. Nope. In an interesting turn of event, now I'll do both. Restaurant chain Chipotle announced it is providing 2,000 healthcare professionals with free burritos for a year, totaling $1 million worth of burritos. Chipotle said it will randomly pick healthcare workers for the prize the week of May 6th. Healthcare workers can register for the free burritos online. And I bet you they won't have a problem giving those burritos away. And in an interesting turn of events, the father of a bride in India had his daughter marry a relative instead of the groom because the drunk groom did not reach the wedding venue on time. When the groom and groomsmen arrived 4 hours late, it was literally too late, as the father of the bride flatly refused to allow the groom to marry his daughter. The father of the bride chose one of his own relatives in attendance to be the groom instead. Get the what? That's nasty. How gross. That's really like, all right, look, he didn't show up. Here's the deal. It's you. You're in. You're marrying her. But I'm your cousin. So what? Man. No. That's nasty. I'm sorry, that's just kind of nasty to me. Yuck. All right, well, what a way to end it. Hey, Gliss, thank you, man. Good show today. I will talk to you shortly.
All right, have a good night.
Right on, brother. Thanks. If you enjoyed the drive today, there are 2 ways to support the show that really help. If you're watching right now and you see that subscribe button down on the left side of your screen, click it. Subscribing will let you know when I'm going live. And as I've mentioned for several weeks now, we've got some plans coming up. There's going to be good stuff happening. And we want to make sure that you're around for it. Another way you can really, and it'll let you know actually when show's about to go on. And another way you can really help me out, no matter where you're watching or listening, is to leave a review. Please go to backchannel.tv. BACKCHANNEL.TV and leave a review. Your positive reviews help keep this show going. Once again, it's backchannel.tv and leave a quick review. Thank you so much for watching the show today. Truly appreciate you on this kind of cloudy day here in Chicago, Illinois. We bid you adieu. My name is Mario Smith. Thanks so much for watching. This will end our broadcast day here on backchannel.tv. Join us again beginning at 6 a.m. Eastern Time for Haley Analysis. Good morning, as we will begin our broadcast day. On behalf of everyone that works at Backchannel.tv and all of our passengers on the drive today, I'm Mario Smith. Have a great night, everybody. Peace.